All right, ladies. Bad Pop here. And I got some real bad news for you. You know that wheel of misfortune that you guys are always pulling out for domestic abuse? The wheel of power and control? Well, guess what? This book, called How to Keep 'Em on a Short Leash. Common tactics that women use to control their man. Written by feminists, for feminists. Winning? No. It violates their own wheel of control. Yeah, no. Let's spin that wheel of misfortune and try to win ourselves a bowel movement. Both sides against the middle. Let us begin. Yeah. As usual, I want you to Google the following facts. Domestic violence wheel, you'll see it for yourself. I'm a terrible artist. Females who commit domestic violence. Google males who commit domestic violence. And you will quickly realize that those numbers do not support the feminists' agenda. Because according to feminists, women don't commit domestic violence. And while we're at it, there are a bunch of shelters for women and children, 0 for dudes. Winning? No. Basically, the wheel of misfortune breaks down in 8 subcategories. Threats. If he threatens to break your neck or beat the shit out of you, okay, that's a legitimate threat. But hey, if you're sitting at home watching the soap operas all day, not taking care of the kids, and he says, hey, I'm gonna call CPS. That's not a threat. Intimidation. So if you're afraid of him, if he's scary, why are you with him in the first place? You should have not even hooked up with the dude and bailed. It's on you. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you did it for the money, you bunch of halfway hookers. Emotional abuse. What is that? If you are suffering from BBR, which is bad baby recovery, check out the episode. And he says, hey, you had a kid a year and a half ago and you're fat, lose some weight. All of a sudden that's emotional abuse. Talking about truths is not abuse. No, it's fact. You're gravitationally challenged and you're warping time and light around you. Isolation. The dude tries to remove you from your friends and family, which, by the way, most women do to men. And again, covered in testiculus redonculitis. Minimize, deny, and blaming. This is the cornerstone of what women do. This is the women's bread and butter. Pound sand. Because no matter what happens, it's all your fault. Again, another episode, and it's supported in this book. Wah! Use the children. It's kind of hard to use the children when you only really get to see them 4 days a month. The reason this is on here, I have no idea. Maybe they needed to fill one of the 8 spaces. Economic abuse. The dude makes $80,000, $100,000 a year, and he wants to control his money, and that's some type of abuse? It is not domestic abuse to deny you money. F off. You want money? Go get a job and earn your own. Because guess what? Feminism has won. And then you have this last one here, which I really find offensive. Male privilege. It doesn't exist anymore. Oh, wait a minute. We're privileged because we make up 94% of all the combat deaths now. If somebody said, hey, Pop, what exactly is a privilege? And I would say, well, that's kind of getting something for nothing. Like women getting to vote without having to register from the draft. Abandon a child without any financial responsibility. I mean, come on! But hey, wait a minute. We're talking about male privilege here, right? Yeah. So in reality, this wheel has become the playbook of how women control men. You should probably check this out online and read it for yourself because it is absolutely sickening. These women are looking to control you. They do not want an exceptional individual or a good-looking guy because they know they can't control that guy. So they go for average. The successful, good-looking dudes, they're not gonna put up with this bullshit, and chances are they're already taken. Control his time. It's not enough that he's working 40, 50 hours to keep everything running. Mwah! But now you have to have him work for your friends and family too. Listen, I understand you're banging it and it's the best thing since sliced bread, but she is not your best friend because she will cut all of your contacts with your friends and family. So no one can tell you that she's being a cunt. Sounds refreshing. But it really isn't. And I believe they covered this in Back to the Future, the Florence Nightingale effect. And that's where they baby you, so when you're better, you feel obligated to keep them around. I think it's time for your injection. And when I get better, I got an injection for you. I'm gonna put my 1 in your 0. If she's rifling through your closet and swapping out your clothes for some mundane shit, she's trying to dress you down so she doesn't have to worry about you wandering off. The deception. You know, they bang you all the time. They cook well. They let your friends hang out. That will all go to the wayside. They're not interested in your hobbies, your life, or anything. They just want a meal ticket. Pavlov's dog, basically, he would feed the dog and then ring a bell. After enough time, he would stop feeding the dog, ring the bell, and the dog would associate his behavior with the sound of the bell and salivate. If you're equating sex with, say, painting the house and mowing the grass, guess what? Got her in! Oh. She will let you know that her love for you is not unconditional. So if you get laid off, she goes out and bangs your best friend. But yeah, wait a minute. She used the minimize, denying, and blaming technique because it's your fault. I mean, come on! You were out there pushing on his ass while he was banging her. I don't think so. It's like CPR. In and out, in and out. Never admit you're wrong and always make it his fault. Black and white, it's right there. They reinforce this stuff with sayings like happy wife, happy life. And if she's wrong, don't admit it, just shut up. She will always try to win over your mother. Then it's WWF tag team. Her and her mother against you. Do not accept being relegated to a man cave or garage. You pay all the bills, you pay the mortgage, that entire house is your man cave. Or, as I call it, your lair. So say you meet a woman and she's into your hobbies. She realizes how expensive they are, so she can wean you off of them because you need to save money. And by saving money, what that really means is spending money on her bullshit. Just gonna be honest, 'cause I'm not a good liar. I fell victim to the minivan. You got me. Lemonade from Lemons. Pull out the back seat, put an inflatable mattress back there. Mobile shack, edit that out. She will have you do like a lot of labor-intensive stuff to tire you out. She will control your time to tire you out so she can manipulate you. Sock puppet up the ass.
Hello!
Hey! Bitch, if you're going to a bunch of boring bullshit for work and what have you, and she wants to tag along for all of it, you are now the fire hydrant and she's the dog, and she is pissing all over you. She wants all them other biatches to smell her pee on you. Golden shower! Oh, no. We've all seen that guy who has a joint Facebook page with his significant other. He's either got his balls in her purse or a choke chain on his wedding tackle. She might get you a dog to lock you in. My ex played this game and got me a dog. And then, you know, hey, when we got divorced, she killed him. They use jealousy to try to manipulate you. It's just another tool.
A little jealousy is good.
No, it's not. She wants to break you up here so she can lead you around from down here. And when you're not looking, take her other hand and ram it right up your ass and turn you into a sock puppet. And why did she decide to drop 1 to 3 kids without your consent? Because she knows it's called baby jail. I don't understand how some of these women just drop kids for a paycheck, because it is the hardest work you will do in your life if you love your kids. Obviously they don't. Suck it hard, suck it long. In fact, wait a minute, I earned that too. Do it now. At least that's one male privilege that still remains. And I ain't giving that up anytime soon either. They compare you to one of the husbands of her friends to try to shame you into being compliant. It pays to know who her friends are, because if her friend Lori's husband is tooling her around, you can say, really? Well, he beats her. Let us begin. If for whatever reason you do something nice and all of a sudden she's like really super naughty that night in bed, you're being manipulated like a hemorrhoid. The woman will convert your friends to be her spy. If one of your friends comes to her aid, in and out, in and out. You're in a fight with your old lady and you know you're winning because you're right. What does she do? She cries. So you have date night or movie night with your old lady, and every single time it's a movie kind of like Fatal Attraction, where the dude goes out to get a piece of strange and it blows up in his face.
Aren't you glad I'm not like her? But if you ever cheated on me, I'd kill you.
Now, gentlemen, I know this is a long list and it's a little tedious, but this is the reality of the ground war, and it is covered in this book. This is manipulation methods and domestic violence packaged and sold for women by women, a blueprint of how exactly to do it. Yeah, and next time, say you're in a heated argument with your old lady or a feminist, they want to tell you domestic violence is a man's only club, show them this goddamn book. And tell them Pop sent you. And I want to thank you for tuning in for another episode of Wheel of Misfortune. And if you want to buy yourself a bowel movement, check out our Patreon page so we can keep doing this. And we'll keep reading shitty books like this for your benefit. Hey ladies, please, while you're at it, hit the subscribe button. Because if you do, I promise I won't slap you across the face with my male privilege. Dude, I'm going to hell. Gay clacker. If you come home and your lady's dragging her butthole on the carpet, there might have been a little slot B to A action going on and she has some pinworms. Might want to take her to the vet. B to A, which is bad action. My butt itches. If you're a chick, you pee on me. That's just how it works. That was a good one.